Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we are reacting to freaking we are reacting to the top 3 or something, top like craziest fast food accidental deaths, fatalities. If you guys are a fan of these videos and want to keep seeing them, please leave a thumbs up and all that stuff, and I'll keep on reacting to them. But without further ado, how you guys doing? You guys doing nice on this wonderful day? Yeah? I'm making this video right before I go to work, so hopefully it's a nice day at work. And hopefully if you guys are working and you guys are seeing this before, I hope you guys have a nice day at work. And or if you are watching it, then boom! Alright, let's get into this video, y'all. Let's get it. My cat just shit, bro. Oh my gosh! It smells like shit in here. These dudes can't fucking just use the toilet once. They have to use it a quadruple of times. Like, they have to fucking visit it. They piss, hop out, and then fucking... Oh, wait, I gotta take a shit. Right after I clean it and everything. Like, what the heck? Alright, let's get into the video. Alright! Raise the roof.
It was just another Saturday night in Meruem,
Utah going on.
A quiet suburb 30 minutes outside Salt Lake City. At a local Domino's, orders were taken, pizzas were baked, and both customers and employees alike conversed with each other.
Since I'm closing tonight, can I get the ox?
No.
Bro, please.
No.
Please.
No! Stop asking me. Just shut up and make pizzas.
My ox is so good, man. Just look. I got Lil Poomp, 6ix9ine, Diddy, and Bebopa. Bebopa? Bedoa Booty. I also got Miles, man. Just please, dude. I want to be on ox.
Shut up! Your taste sucks. That's why your girl left you. Just make the f***ing pizzas.
However, amidst all the friendly banter, an SUV tangled in a 3-car accident would veer off its course and smash directly into the Domino's pizza.
What?
And as if the crash itself wasn't bad enough, it would also rupture a hidden gas line underneath the building. Within seconds, fire erupted. Bystanders watched in shock as flames consumed the vehicle. Inside, 2 people were trapped. That's when 2 courageous strangers risked their lives, pulling the driver and passenger out just minutes before the SUV was swallowed by the fire. As firefighters rushed in, trying to control the blaze, the building exploded.
That's crazy, bro.
The blast tore apart the Domino's, sending debris flying into the night sky and causing significant damage to the businesses next door, a Jimmy John's and a Supercuts. Miraculously, nobody was injured and everybody survived. Even the firefighters standing near the restaurant when it exploded managed to walk away unharmed. The Domino's, however, was reduced to rubble. What had been a neighborhood pizza joint became the epicenter of one of Meruem's most destructive accidents. The Mayo incident. It was supposed to be just another quiet evening shift at a subway near downtown Atlanta. The kind of Sunday where the streets slow down and customers trickle in for a late-night sandwich. Inside, 2 young employees were working, doing their jobs, making food, and chatting with regulars. As the customers sat down to enjoy their food, the door smashed open and a very odd-looking man walked up to the counter to order a sandwich. What happened next would quickly turn everybody's night into a complete nightmare. With what seemed like an insignificant and easily resolvable issue, tensions began to rise. The disagreement, which could have ended with a simple solution, instead festered, and the customer's anger built up until it boiled over. Words turned into threats. Threats turned into physical exclamations. And before you knew it, the psychopath pulled out a weapon. In seconds, before anyone could react, fate was already sealed. The 26-year-old woman immediately collapsed behind the counter, unfortunately unresponsive. And her 24-year-old co-worker was also terribly struck, but they somehow clung to life. To make it worse, the victim's son was inside the store and witnessed all the horror unfold. Police later arrested the suspect, a 36-year-old man who lived just across the street. He was charged with multiple felonies and later booked that same night. Investigators said the entire incident started simply because he thought there was too much mayo on his sandwich. Wild Wings.
That's wild, bro.
It was just after
fucking-
5:30 p.m. at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Burlington, Massachusetts.
That's crazy.
The dinner rush was minutes away, and employees were scrambling to prep the floor, the food, and the restaurant. That's when a simple routine
you guys hear the
cleaning
litter?
would
Hold on.
escalate into a complete catastrophe. You see,
You see? That's what that guy said on. But damn! Oh my gosh. Oh.
earlier that day, a worker had to mop the kitchen floor with a
Earlier
standard
that day.
acid-based cleaner. Just a
Acid-based
little bit
cleaner.
later, another worker followed up with more mopping to prepare for the upcoming dinner rush. The only issue was that he was using a chlorine bleach product. The two chemical cleaners
Why
clearly
would you
state
do
that
that?
they should never be mixed, and the employee had just begun mopping the entire floor, entirely mixing the two. On contact, the chemicals fused into a bubbling green explosion. They created a dangerous, foaming, toxic mixture that began pumping out lethal gas at high doses. The fumes spread instantly.
Bro.
Employees began coughing, their eyes burning, and their lungs felt like they caught on fire. One by one, people ran for the exit, but the floor was already slick with danger. That's when the manager of the building acted fast and grabbed a squeegee. He wasn't thinking about himself, he was only thinking about his team and his customers. He ran out to the floor and began pushing the toxic sludge toward a drain, trying to contain it before more people could get injured.
Bro.
But unfortunately,
had-
the fumes overwhelmed him. His chest tightened, his lungs burned, and within moments, he completely collapsed. Co-workers and
Bro
bystanders
should've just
tried
left.
desperately to get him outside, but the fumes were too strong. By the time they got to him, it was already too late.
Have a hat
13
that's
people were
like.
hospitalized that day, and tragically, the only one who didn't make it out was the manager. The McDonald's
That's
incident.
tragic.
It was the early hours of a Sunday morning in Lima, Peru. At a McDonald's in the Pueblo Libre district, the kitchen crew was wrapping up another long, grueling shift. A young 19-year-old woman and her 18-year-old boyfriend were finishing up that night. The two had plans to attend college, and they were both saving up heavily to continue their studies.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately enough, this night would ensure that they didn't ever see that dream. According to police, the 19-year-old was cleaning a soda machine when it delivered a strong electric shock. Her body jolted violently, not being able to handle the voltage. Gabriel panicked. Desperate to save her, he quickly dropped what he was doing and rushed in to help. But the moment he touched her, the same current began surging through him too. Sadly, it immediately finished him. By the time emergency responders arrived, all of the employees were already done for. Reports surfaced that the
crazy.
19-year-old had complained about being forced to clean equipment without proper gloves or boots, while also complaining of being pushed into 12-hour shifts without adequate safety gear. Tina's Burritos. It was just another night in Vernon, California, a strange industrial pocket just south of downtown Los Angeles. The kind of place with only a couple hundred residents, but sprawling with massive factories that keep the city supplied. One of those factories is
yeah.
Tina's Burritos, a plant that's been churning out frozen burritos for over 40 years,
I know
producing
about
nearly
them.
1 million burritos per day. But on
That's
this
crazy.
night, the factory floor turned into the scene of a nightmare. At around 9 p.m., a 19-year-old custodian was tasked with tending to the plant's massive meat grinder. The contraption
my
was
gosh.
filled with burrito meat and was waiting to be cleaned. And so, as expected to by his job, he began climbing into the inside of the machine to clean it. In this
Oh
case,
my gosh.
the burrito meat grinding machine was not locked, nor was it secure. It's still unclear as to whether an item fell and caused the machine to turn on, or if an employee decided to try to make another batch of burrito meat. But, unfortunately, while the 19-year-old was inside of the machine cleaning out the meat, he would hear the industrial mechanism slowly power up and lock into place. The man panicked and shouted for the machine to be turned off, but his cries fell on deaf ears.
Why?
Once fully turned on, the machine began grinding. His screams echoed across the factory, finally grasping the attention of workers who then rushed
no.
to stop the machine.
Like, that's why
But
you
by
don't.
the time it finally shut down, there was nothing anyone could do. Paramedics and firefighters arrived, but the scene was already unspeakable. The young man's fate was already sealed. Unfortunately, he was gone in a way too dreadful to describe. The plant shut down immediately. OSHA investigators arrived, and like similar tragedies before, first responders were faced with the grim task of recovering what was left of his body. The process nearly took an hour for them to complete. Life wasn't always like this. There was a time where we didn't have a Whataburger or McDonald's, but rather just nuts, berries,
That's
and
crazy.
whatever else we could find to eat that day. Nowadays, you have access to places like these for a quick meal if you're in a rush. Fast food is extremely unhealthy, and you should never make it a habit to eat it.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you do find yourself at one of the stores,
It is
have
true.
patience with the employees. It's a grueling industry to work in. With no further ado, have a happy day.
Thank you. I hope you guys have a happy day as well. Freaking, we had some interruptions during the video, but that's okay because that's probably what made the video even better. And I love that you guys stuck with me. And yeah, I love y'all. Freaking, I want to see y'all guys in the next video. And freaking, I hope my cats will. I'll show my cats in the next video just to show them that they are some troublemakers, and that they are just so adorable as well. And with that being said, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.